Another technique I'd like to explore with you is one step beyond the blind contour, the semi-blind contour, where instead of just faithfully looking at the still life object and never referring back to your drawing, you can refer back to the drawing in limited doses in order to make sure that you are oriented where you want to be on the page. Again though, keeping focused on your still life object, this object contains all the information that you need to draw it. Your paper, on the other hand, contains nothing. None of the information that you need to draw the shoe is on the paper. All the things you need to know in order to draw this shoe well are here. The beginning student often gets so involved in their own drawing that they forget about the still life object. You will never capture all of the details, especially of a complex object like this old boot, if you don't look at it. It seems obvious, it seems like an obvious thing to say, but it is very difficult to remove yourself from this outcome here and stay focused on the subject matter itself. And so I'd like to demonstrate the semi-blind contour. Again, you'll notice that I hold my pencil in this drawing grip, which is more fist-like than your typical writing grip, with my thumb as the pressure point, so that if I want a dark line I can press harder, and if I want a lighter line I can release the pressure and have the pencil barely touching the paper. So again, I'm going to pick a starting point, and I'm going to pick a starting point right here to start, and I'm going to put my pencil on the paper with my writing grip. You'll notice too, a nice thing to do sometimes is to use your pinky as a little bit of a stabilizer here. Instead of just having it be on the point, you have a little shaking thing going on. If you use your pinky as a stabilizer, you often have a little bit more control there. But whatever is comfortable for you, and again, it's important that you have a comfortable relationship to your paper and are able to reach it easily without too much strain. So I'll begin. Again, when I'm drawing, I'm going to be looking at the boot, but I can refer to the paper whenever I want to sort of stay oriented. And again, think about this in terms of like your eye is a little ant just crawling along the different edges of the still life object. You're exploring this subject matter. You're not familiar with it until you begin to draw it. And as you begin to draw it, you begin to see more and more detail in it, and you begin to discover more and more about the relationships that are present. Lots of times people come into the drawing class and expect to be able to draw like Rembrandt in a half an hour. But it's not like that. Imagine, if you will, learning a foreign language. How many years do you think it will take to become fluent? This is the same type of thing. Often, our prior schooling has given us no experience in things visual and how to evaluate the visual experience or how to express oneself in a visual way. It's important now that you can look at the drawing that you evaluate exactly what kind of mark is going to be the best mark for expressing what you want to express. And I'm just going to snake back up with a very light line. Again, I am not lifting the pencil off the paper. And then the other lace to finish it off comes right by the toe and off. And so the semi-blind contour, you'll notice all of the lines. It's like a little snail trail. Everywhere I looked, the order in which